Oh, hello, good evening. Welcome, welcome back to one. Where we dive into the impact of technology in relationship, and we are going to analyze the effect of technology on modern relationship communication. So, what are the effects of technology on technology? Talk about technology on relationship communication. What are the effects? Okay, so that's what we're going to discuss this evening. Once again, welcome. Good evening. Okay, just put it on the comment section. Leave your comment, and also the number is on the screen where you can just oh join the program. What are the effects of technology on relationship communication? All right, so we're going to explore the technology influences, talking about communication in relationship and share strategies to maintain meaningful connections amidst the digital distraction. Okay, um, the the number is so the line is open. The line is free. Call one on now on +44 744 982 3876. Call now. The line is free. That is the number to call. Um, Join the program. +44 744 982 3876. This number, the WhatsApp number. Call to join. I would like to hear your opinion. I would like to hear your thoughts on what we're discussing this evening. And if it's the first time you're coming across one, please can you just give us a follow or subscribe to our YouTube channel? Okay. All right. The the impact, the effects of technology on modern relationship communication. What are the effects? What are the effects? You see that technology has transformed how we interact. We're talking about providing comfort, but often poses what? Challenges. It poses challenges. When you have excessive social media use, can it can cause mental fatigue. It can cause mental health. It can provide what we call that. Talking about depression and anxiety. If you if you don't know how to control social media, if you don't know how to control the technology that you're holding in your hands, talking about your laptop, talking about your iPad, your phone, it can lead you to depression. It can lead to anxiety. Okay, while technology can help to transcend, talking about distances, people living far away can connect to people around, can connect to people abroad, connect to people anywhere because through social media, you can connect, can relate. Do you understand? So, but it can also interfere with face-to-face what encounters, face-to-face encounter, non-verbal cues that can essentially affect intimacy, right? Because you can see that technology has given us that connection that you can connect to anybody anywhere, can connect to anybody anywhere, far and wide, everywhere. Okay, so but you look at the effect as well. If you look at the effect, if you look at the talking about the bad side of it, it can interfere with face to face. connections, face-to-face interaction with whoever that your relationship, face-to-face contact. Because see that most times people they just they they will glue to their phone, they will glue to their tablet, they will glue to their laptop to the extent that some even get addicted to it, and they find it difficult now to have a face-to-face interaction. They find it difficult to have face-to-face discussion. They find it difficult to have face-to-face verbal communication. You understand? And that's what the issue is. Because the allure of cell phones and social media may cause emotions of separation, which might interfere with actual connections. You understand when I'm talking about social media may cause emotional separation. What I mean by emotional separation, because of the more time you spend on your phone, the more time you glue to your phone, the more time you glue to your social media, the more time you glue to your laptop, you keep on scrolling in I mean consuming all of that, consuming in social media, consuming all the content and all that. The more time you spend on that, it talking about it can interfere with your actual connection with whoever that you're in relationship with. Talking about if I come to a relationship where maybe in a marriage or something, when one person is they have that allure of cell phone and social media, they are glued to their social media. They have that what do you call it? They they always glued to their phone. They are always consuming content or social media and all that. With time, if they don't really like know, if they didn't realize that they are getting spending more time on their social media, they're spending more time on their phone and spending more time on all that. You understand the time they're supposed to have that real emotional connections, they will not know that they are having emotional separation. And the emotional separation is when the attachment that you're supposed to have, we're talking about the connection you're supposed to have with your spouse, the connection you're supposed to have with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, that you guys supposed to use to do some things together, to discuss, to talk to each other, to like, have some meaningful, I'm talking about meaningful discussions. You have that time that you spend together and all that. Instead of that time, you're using it on your social media, using that time on your phone. And then if you spend more time because of the algorithm, you might not even know that you are consuming a lot of content. You are consuming a lot of time. I mean that if you check on your phone, you can see there are places that they put in screen time. Many people might not even notice that they have screen time settings on their phone. So if you put screen time settings on your phone, at the end of the day, you can check on the screen time. Then you understand, you see how many hours that you consume on daily basis on only on your phone, on social media. You'll be amazed, you'll be surprised. The hours you're spending on a daily basis on your social media. You understand what I mean? And that is really bad. And most people don't really know that. They don't control, they don't look at it. So affecting their relationship, affecting everywhere, affecting them big time. I'm talking about that emotional connection. And because of that, it's leading them to emotional separation. You know, now they are gluing to their phone instead of gluing to their partner, whoever they're in relationship with, that they can like, plan things together, do things together, get connected together. And then they're not doing that. They are not doing that. Understand? So, like I said, the line is open. I would like to hear from you. I would like to get your own thoughts on what we are discussing. What are the effects of technology on relationship communication? When we're talking about relationship communication, we're talking about communication within your relationship, talking about face-to-face communications, social, I mean like effective communication that I normally have in the relationship. Okay. Then what is the effect? when you analyze the effect of technology on modern relationship, you can see that the effect, the bad side of that time that you spent on your phone all the time. I'm not saying that phone, consuming your phone, because with your phone you can do a lot of things, right? You can have you got your emails on your phone, you got other things that you do with your phone and all that. But what we're talking about is time that you spent on your phone, time you spent on your social media, or time that spent on your gadget, whatever gadget it is. Do you understand? Whatever gadget is. I get it. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so the line is open. I would like to hear from you. Call and then let me know your own thoughts and your opinion. Okay, because we are going to look at we are going to we'll try to understand the impact of technological distractions, the impact that it will have on your relationship. Okay, we'll discuss that this evening when we're talking about maintaining meaningful connections amidst technology distractions. So the impact, the impact it has on you and all that. Okay. Also, we will discuss how the technology, how your phone or your gadget can sometimes hinder your ability to connect meaningfully with your spouse or with others. Maybe your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, probably your wife or husband. Okay. We will explore the ways in which constant notification, your notification on your phones, social media, digital devices can create barriers to genuine human interaction, genuine communication, genuine face-to-face interaction. You understand? So we're going to look at it this evening. Okay. So just stay tight. Okay. So if it's the first time you come joining us, please just subscribe to our YouTube channel and then share this program as well. If what we're doing here, you like it, just give us a thumbs up. I can just like the program. I appreciate that. Okay. So what are the effects of technology on relationship communications? That is the topic. And that's what we're going to do. We're discussing. Okay. So understanding the impact of technology distraction. What are the things that hinders that ability to connect with your partner? Why is your gadget? Why is it hindering you? Why is it affecting your interaction? Talking about face-to-face interaction with your partner. Okay, so why? What is it? In what way can you work on it? How can you rectify? How can you? I mean, when you realize, for example, if you don't know that your your gadget, your phone, your social media consumption is affecting your face-to-face interaction with your partner, you will not know that maybe you will not know what to do about it. But once you notice that it's affecting your relationship and all that, that is when maybe you will try to find out ways that you can combat it. You find a way that you can try to work on it. And that's where we want to talk about now. Do you understand? So first of all, if you remember, a couple of weeks now, we'll be talking about communication because communication is vital. Communication is the bedrock of any relationship. Okay. So once you notice that you're spending more time, once you notice that your phone is hindering your ability to connect meaningfully with your partner, it's hindering the ability for you to communicate, even interact with others. I'm talking about face to face interaction. You notice that. Maybe your partner now is having, they are just like it's affecting them, and maybe they're having, you're having issues now with them, and you notice that, and you want to work on your relationship. You want to combat, you want to stop, you want to just find a way that you can, like, combine both. Okay. So once you find out that, what you're supposed to do, I think the first thing you have to do is to have open and honest communication. Have open and honest communication with your partner. Sit them down. You guys should talk about it. Let them understand that they are spending more time. They are wasting a lot of time on their social media or on their gadget, that is affecting the ability for them to, like, have a meaningful communication with this ability for them to have that time that they're supposed to spend, that have that time, like alone time, those time that you guys supposed to, like, interact or have that connection. Have open and honest communication. Discuss those concerns. Raise them up. Let them understand that they're spending a lot of time on social media. They're spending a lot of time on their gadget. Okay. When you have that conversation, when you have that meaningful, I'm talking about honest conversation, honest communication. You guys discuss it, let them know, understand, instead of like judging them or trying to belittle them or trying to force the person to change their behavior. You understand? It's not right. Because once you're trying now to try to force yourself on them or try to force them to stop all of that, you see that is like you want to control, you want to, like, take away their joy or take away their fun or take away something that's giving them that ability to interact or like connect to other people, which is their phone. But if you understand, if you just like have that open and honest communication, let them understand so that they can set boundaries on their technology use. They can set boundaries. You understand? They can reduce the time that they spend on their technology. They spend on their phone, they spend on their gadgets, they spend on their laptop or iPad or something. Just like I'm talking about gadget, it can be anything. It can be PlayStation, it can be games. I'm talking about games and all that on the phone. You need to talk about it. You need to discuss with this person. Raise up the concern. Let them understand. So them themselves, they set boundaries. Set boundaries. Okay? Because once you discuss about it, once you guys like raise up and then they find out that is a concern that is affecting your relationship, then what do? You try to strike a balance because the expectations that they normally, your expectation, maybe you expecting from them, what you are expecting from them and all that. Now you try at least let them understand they have to strike a balance between that mobile phone, gadget, and all that, and the real life connections. Okay, they strike a balance. They try to limit the time they spend on their social media, limit the time they spend on their phone, so that they will come to a compromise. You come in the middle. You spend time with your partner. It's also, you still have that time for you to spend with your social media or your gadget. Do you understand what I mean? Because now you understand that you have to like combine both. Because real life connections, real life interaction, real life communication is very, very important. Because if once you lose that, it's going to affect your relationship. It's going to affect whoever you're in a partnership with. Because you can see that they can social media. Once you are into social media, once you get into it, majority of the platforms they have the algorithm. They have it there. What are the algorithms? What is it there for? Is to keep you hooked on that platform. Let's just use a TikTok as an example. If you are someone that goes to TikTok, you can see that the more you consume, the more the algorithm bring more and more and more. content. They keep on bringing more content for you to like consume. And what you keep as you keep on going, you keep going the same way. You might not even understand that. You might not notice that time is going. You're spending a lot. You spend maybe 1 hour, 2 hours on the same platform. And the things that you're supposed to do throughout that day are not something. You might forget what you're supposed to do because that's the use. That is what they put on that those platforms. The algorithm will keep on. It will keep you there. It's just there for to keep you on that platform. Do you understand what I mean? So, but once you realize and notice that this is what is happening, then you align your expectation to strike a balance between that platform, between that TikTok or social, talking about maybe Facebook or YouTube, any platform that you know that you spend more time on, then you strike the balance so that you have time for real life connections, real life expectation, real life communication with your partner, even with your kids if you have kids. Okay, if you have kids, that is how it is. Do you understand what I mean? That's what we're discussing. I'll try to discuss this evening. What are the effects of technology on relationship communication? Once you notice that, once you notice that it's affecting your relationship, have open and honest communication with your partner. Let them understand what is happening. It's going to affect your relationship. It's affecting your relationship so that they can create that balance. They have to strike the balance between digital connection and real life connection. And real life connection we're talking about is communication with you, having more time with you, having like intimacy, and a lot of things that you need to make your relationship to be healthy. You need that to make your relationship to excel. You understand? To have fun in your relationship. Because without that, the algorithm will just take away your relationship. It will just take out, it will take the time. It will just consume, just take that time away from your relationship. Okay. If you go to TikTok, you can see that there are some people that are on TikTok. They wake up in the morning. The first thing they'll do is they go to TikTok. Some of them they already have platforms on TikTok, which they normally some maybe they go live on social media. They go live on TikTok. And some before they know what is happening, they've been there for 6, 7, 8 hours. And that's what they do on daily basis. How can you be in one place for 6, 8 hours? You're doing the same thing, 6, 8 hours. And most of them they have kids, they have children, they have partners, they have a husband or wife or something, and they've been there. I understand the platforms, all of them, they pay money, they give you all of that, but you have to create a balance. You strike the balance. Strike balance. Because if you don't strike balance, if you don't really like, you know, come in the middle to put it right, it will affect your relationship. Definitely it will affect your relationship. Even if it didn't affect your relationship, it will affect your intimacy. It will affect it. Okay? It will affect it. All right. So which other way can you try to control? Which other way can you know, reduce the use of social media? How can you do that? We're talking about once you realize that in your relationship, that gadget, cell phones, technology is taking away that intimacy you're having, it taking away the face-to-face interaction, it's taking away all of that. In which way can you approach your partner to let them know, understand that what they're doing or what is happening in your relationship? How are you going to do that? Okay. Another way you can do that is just like, let them understand that there's what we call tech free time zones. Tech free time that they need to get away from their phone. They need to keep that phone away. They can themselves can do that. I don't think you have to do it for your partner because you will not. There's no way you're gonna do it. Them themselves, whoever that is noticing that they're spending more time on their gadget, they have to do that. They create tech free time zone. That is, they create moments from free from screens. Talking about, you know, they will not touch their phone. They're not going to look at their phone. They're not going to look at their tablet. They're not going to do that. Just free. Is that time is the time they will have to engage fully with their partner. They want to engage fully with their partner. So there's nothing about gadget. There's nothing about cell phone. There's nothing about internet. Not just anything about technology. It's a free time. It's a free zone. It's just that period. It's just for them and their partner. They want to like have engaged moment. They need to talk about what is happening in their relationship. They need to talk about everything about their life and everything about, you know, their relationship and all that. They will talk about it. So you establish that tech-free areas at home for meaningful face-to-face interaction. You see that some people at the moment even watch it. So many when they are going to eat, maybe they have time, dinner time or something. Both the kids, the parents, everybody in the house, every one of them, as they are in the table eating, normally you're supposed to interact. You're supposed to look at each other's faces and have that conversation. What is happening around you, how your day was, all of that. But because of technology, you see that many of them finding it difficult. They find it difficult to do that because of what? Everyone is on their phone. Every one of them is on their phone. They are eating, they are watching the screen, they are watching their phone, they are some are on social media, some are every at the same time they're supposed to have family time. They're supposed to have that gadget or tech free time for themselves so that they can connect to each other. They can talk about things. Talking about even those have kids, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. They are eating, they're having dinner, they're having lunch or something. They're supposed to interact with each other. They're supposed to talk to each other. They're supposed to like, relate to each other. But they cannot do that because the gadget is in the middle. The gadget is there. Each of them, they have their phones in front of them. They're all watching phones. They're all watching their phones. They're all doing it. You understand what I mean? They're all watching. As they're watching, they're eating at the same time. Everyone is watching. They're watching their phone. They're eating at the same time. You understand what I mean? One time, how can you connect? How can you have that meaningful connection? How can you even know what the other person is talking about? They'll be just saying, "Mhm, mhm, I'm listening." Yeah. Why they are not listening? Because they're not paying attention. They are not listening to you. They don't even know what you're talking about. Because of what? Gadget. That those are the effects of technology on a relationship. You're talking about modern relationship communication is having a big issue these days. I'm talking about is having a big issues. People have it's affecting a lot of relationships. And we're discussing about it this evening. What are the effects of technology on relationship communication? You understand? Because in relationship, communication is vital. We've said that so many times. It's very, very important. You cannot do, you cannot, even your relationship cannot excel, cannot be strong, cannot prosper without having a very, I'm talking about effective communication where both parties can discuss, talk to each other. Do you understand what I mean? You have time to talk to each other, relate to each other. You will not succeed. You will not. So that's the reason why you have to create that tech-free area at home for meaningful face-to-face interaction. It might be when your time, when you guys are having coming to have a dinner, and you guys can just put it there. Tell everyone. It has to be like a law. I said to you, okay, listen. Once we're coming to eat on a dinner table, no phone. You keep the phones away. Everybody will just keep their phone. Or you can put a time limit on it. Once it's 8 p.m. or 7 p.m., it depends on when time you guys normally eat. There won't be any phone, nothing like gadgets, nothing like technology. That is the time for us to have interaction. That is the time for us to communicate to each other. We're talking about having that face to face interaction where you can ask your partner how their day was. You can ask your partner, how was it today? What will happen? What did you do? So there you guys have to talk. You have conversations. You have to like, know them better. You know how the life is because on a daily basis, you need to learn each other. You need to keep, I'm talking about learning each other. You need to learn your partner. You need to study them. Talking about studying. What I mean by studying is studying. You need to study them because on a daily basis, you need to study each other. As you studying each other, we're talking about how they react, how they talk, their whereabout, everything, their love language, all of that. You need to study that. So once if your technology is there, you're wasting more time on now. With time, what time would you have that to like understand who you're in relationship with? What time will you have now to study them? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because if they're spending more time on their gadget, if spending more time on their phone, what time would they have for you? What time would they have for you? You can see that now they're spending more time with other people down on their phone. It's either they clicking, you're talking about making connections now with outsiders more than the person they are seeing. I'm talking about face to face interaction with your partner, husband, wife, or any. They're not doing it because that time is being given to the phone. That time is being given to their phone. You understand? And that's what we're talking about. You get me? The line is open. I'm still like waiting for you. You can call or you can put on the comment section what you want to talk about. Put on the comment what you want to say. I can read them out. Okay. So hey, so which other way can you combat this? Which how can you control this? You know your phone. You know your phone. Okay. In your phone, if you're watching me at the moment, check on your phone, you see majority of the social medias, they have notifications. You have a notification on your phone. iPhone, you're talking about Android and all that. They all have notifications. And they will like, they want you to put the notification on. And you put the notification on. All the notification keep on pumping up. All the social media app, all of them, they'll be keep pumping. You see that the notification will be popping up all the time. Okay. So what about mindful notifications? You're talking about customizing that notification settings to prioritize important moments. Your notification now, you go to your settings. You open your notification settings. So why can't you just control that settings? Put it in a way that that time probably let's see that maybe your partner is coming back around 6 o'clock in the evening, or is coming back 7 o'clock, or maybe your children are coming back from school around 5 p.m. That you know that you needed that time with your children. You need to have like meaningful just find out how their day was and everything. If they have homework and everything, you can help them out. Then why can't you put that notification off that period so that you will not have any distraction? You understand? So that you can focus on the moment. We're talking about important moments. That time that maybe you are cooking, you're preparing dinner, and as you're preparing dinner, you're at the same time strolling on your phones, going on your social media apps, going all there, forgetting that maybe you're cooking. And you see that most times people will like, before they know what is going on, the food they are cooking is burning. They're just messing up the food because they are being glued on their phone, they're being glued on the social media app. You understand? Because of what? Notification. They don't want to miss anything. They don't want to miss anything from that. Maybe they are watching their one of their maybe they're watching one, no? I don't want to miss anything. Do you understand what I mean? You understand? So I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch, or whatever, but what I'm saying is that you need to prioritize important moment. Prioritize important moment. Control your settings. Put it in a way that you have time to focus on important things that you're doing. You have time for that important moment with your family, important moment with your partner, important moment with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You understand what I mean? So that the notification will not distract that moment. You know how it is the phone. You got your phone, probably you put it in your pocket as you guys are talking, discussing. You will just hear pop up, ping, 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 start making noise. That you'll be distracted. You pick up. Once you pick up that phone, you are glued immediately because of the algorithm. You are glued straight away. All ever you are discussing at that moment is gone. You're not going to be focused. You're not going to concentrate on whatever you guys are talking about. There's no way you're going to concentrate on what they're talking about. And that's when you see that people are having arguments. They start fighting over it. I'm be talking to you for a while. You are not listening to me. You are not paying attention. You're your phone. That is what is happening now with technology. You understand? So that notification, the notification settings, go in there, prioritize important moment. You can put it in a way that those important time that you have to spend with the family, you have to spend with your partner, you have to spend even for your work, or you have a assignment, or have some things to do, important things to do. You put it off and you take the phone, put the phone somewhere that your hands cannot reach it, that you focus on what you want to do so that you can accomplish whatever you were trying to do, so that you can have that face-to-face connection with your partner. You have that face-to-face connection that you guys have to like look at each other faces and communicate to each other and talk, instead of you are discussing with someone, your hands is on your phone, you're watching your phone, and then how can you concentrate with both? You cannot concentrate. There's no way you're going to concentrate on both. one one of them will have to take your time. You understand what I mean? So that's the reason why it's good for you to encourage whoever your relationship, encourage yourself as well to focus conversation by minimizing that disruptive alert, that alert that normally pop up. It might be betting alert, it might be any alert. It might be that your favorite program that you like watching. You put the time there so that it can pop up. Once it's conflicting with your relationship, it's conflicting with your communication, the communication that you normally have in your relationship. Just try to do what? Minimize it. Minimize it. If you can remove the notification, that is even better. Or you can put the notification so that the time that you know your partner or your kids will not be around, then you have your time to for yourself to do whatever you want to do. But that time that you have to like have that connection, have that face-to-face connection, you remove it so that it will not affect. You will not start having issues with your relationship. It will not come in to be a problem in your relationship. Do you understand? Because you can see many. The issue is that people that people that people that are getting addicted. I don't really like using that language, addictive. People that are always glued to their phone. People that always consume a lot of content. People that spend a lot of time on their gadget. In most cases, they don't really know that they are doing that. And the reason why is because of that algorithm. The algorithm is there to keep you there. It's there for you to glue. That is the job of that. You understand? That is the reason why when you once you stroll, get into this content, before you finish consuming that content, another one of that the same content, maybe another one that of similar topic or similar program will pop up immediately. And then you click, once you click on it, the same way you stay there. The same way with games. people that play a lot of games, before they finish what they're playing, it's taking 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours because they're glued. That is the power of gadget. And throughout the day, if you check on the screen time that you spend on your phone, you seriously try to do that. Go to your phone if you have a smartphone. Check the screen time, your screen time, the time you be on the phone. Then you realize how many time you're spending on your gadget, how many time you're spending on your phone. The time you're spending, you will notice that you're spending a lot of time. And all those time you would have used it to maybe to do something meaningful. Does not mean that you are not gaining knowledge or you are not acquiring knowledge through your phone or from social media or something. You are doing that. But when you're spending a lot of time and why the physical, talking about the physical um, activities that you're supposed to do, you're not doing it. You're just consuming because the more you're consuming, it's all about theory. You need to do something practical with your hands or with your time and all that. Once you are not doing that, your gadget is taking all the whole time. You find out that you are not achieving anything. You find out that it's going to be a disruption to your family relationship because no know how. Some people you see that they maybe they are home or they are coming back home early for them to prepare meals so that they are when their husband or maybe the wife or something when the kids come back they will have food to eat. But just because they are being consumed by their gadget, they are being glued on their phone, they are being glued on the social media. They will forget that they're supposed to prepare meal so that once these ones they come back from whatever they went to, they will have something to eat. The only time they will realize that they are missing, maybe they are forgetting something, is once they will hear a knock at the door or maybe someone coming to the house. Then they will say, oh, they remember that they're supposed to cook. And then they will start cooking at late. And the kids, probably, they are hungry. They want to eat. And now they cannot eat because they, either the mom or their sister or their dad that's supposed to prepare meal for them has been glued, has been like, being intertwined, I don't know, being like throughout, consumed by social media, consumed by their gadget to the extent that they forget what they're supposed to do. Even you as a person might not be about food or something. You might have programs, you have maybe activities that you're supposed to do on the day. You have your own target of things you're supposed to do. Maybe on your business, probably your exams, you try to prepare your exams, all of that. You have things, something that you really like set for yourself. Then immediately your hands touch or get glued to your gadget, you get glued to your phone. You forget that you have something to do on that day. You forget that you have an activity. You forget that you have a goal. You have a target. You have something that you're supposed to do. You have an email that you're supposed to send to your maybe um, business partners. You have someone that is supposed to call by so time because he didn't write it down or you didn't set a time or maybe you set an alarm for yourself to remember because you're glued to your social media, then you forget that you're supposed to call that important person. You're missing money and you're missing target. Why? Because of what? Those are the effects of technology on relationship communication. Effects of technology. Say that technology is something that is one of the best things that have happened to this generation. It's one of the best things that has happened to us, happens to you, because you can you can relate to people from far away, far and wide. You can, no matter where you are, now you can even call someone directly to anywhere. You have that connection. You connect to people around the world, people that you've never met, you never see them before. But just through technology, it looks as if maybe you guys have known each other for a long time because now you can see each other face to face on the FaceTime where you can talk to each other. You can send voice note, you can send messages, you can interact with them, send pictures, everything. It's technology that made that easy, made that possible. Also, the same technology is doing what? Is posing that what we call the challenges to your relationship as well. Challenges to your life, daily life. Is posing that challenges to you because when if you cannot control it, if you don't have that time zone for yourself, you don't have that free time that you said you're not going to touch your phone or you're not going to do anything with social media. And this is the time that you have. You have to spend this time now with your family, spend this time with your partner, spend the time with this person that you love because you want to have that connection. If you cannot do that, what will happen? You will lose it. The technology will take away. It will just take that time. It will take that time. And that's when people they start being they just losing that connection, emotional connection. When you not give your partner time for two of you to rapport, for two of you to connect emotionally, they will do what? Sometimes you find out that they'll be connected with someone else emotionally because that time that is supposed to spend time with you, chatting with you, talking with you, telling you how their day was, how their work was, another time because you spend a lot of time on your gadget. Them themselves might be someone they meet at work or someone they meet somewhere, so the church or somewhere. That person will take that time. They will get a, you see that they will gradually they will start having that emotional connection. They start interacting with this other person. They start communicating with this other person. You understand? Emotionally, you're gonna get attached because once you give someone time, when you give someone emotional time, you're gonna get attached. You will get attached with this person. That is human nature. You understand? So understanding the impact of technology, we're talking about technological distractions, is very, very important. It's very, very important. And it's good for you to address it. Once you start noticing that your partner, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, they are wasting time, they're spending a lot of time on their gadget. It might be your children, might be your son or daughter, they're spending a lot of time on their gadget. You need to let them understand because most times they're doing it unknowingly. They're doing it, there is not intentionally they're doing it. It's just how the gadget is being made. It's just how the social media is being made. They will spend more time because the more time they're spending there, the more time the social media will keep them. Okay. So we have to address it. Let them understand the reason why you're trying to, address whatever time that time they're spending. Let them understand. It's not something that you have to like, try to impose yourself or try to, control that person. No, have that honest and open communication. When you're having a honest and open communication with someone, you will speak to that person with respect. You will understand, you will let them know, understand the reason why you're trying to like do whatever you want to do. That's when you will start doing explaining what is happening. The time we're supposed to spend together. If I go to work, I'll go out and come back here. I don't have that. We don't talk anymore. We don't interact anymore. We don't play anymore. We used to have our own play. We need to have time that way the time we read books together, or maybe those are Christians, they read Bible together, or you have time to discuss about, religions, things and all that. You have time to discuss about your kids. If you have kids, you have time to discuss about the businesses that you guys are doing. You have time to discuss about your family goals and everything. We don't do that anymore now. Understand? Because you're always on your phone. and it's not your fault. It's just the way the phone is made. So please, is there any way you can just try to minimize the time you spend on your phone? Can you do this? Maybe this period, this time, can you keep your phone away? Also, if you guys may be having dinner together and all that, you can talk to your kids or talk to your partners, let them listen. Once you come into dinner table, coming time to eat, there's no more phone. Everybody gonna have to keep their gadget away. Those that have a iPad, the ones that have their phone, the ones that have whatever they is to talking about technology, even television, that period, maybe you can put it away off it so that you can concentrate, that have that face-to-face communication with your family, have that face-to-face communication with your kids, your wife, your partner. You talk about things, you get connected with each other. Otherwise, it's going to affect your relationship. Definitely, it will affect your relationship. You understand? So, like I said, if you are here with us, if you like, join, and you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel or follow us on Facebook and other social media platforms, please can you do that, please? And also share the program to your contact, share the program to your friends. Okay. We are talking about what are the effects of technology on relationship communication. And when you're talking about relationship communication, in every relationship, you have that love language. And once you don't, you see that technology is taking away that time that you spend together. It's going to affect the relationship. Okay. So you have to remember that it's not about demonizing technology or about, trying to castigate people using their phones and all that. No, but it's using it wisely. It's have to use it wisely to enhance, I mean, rather to distract that relationship. You have to use it wisely. Use that time wisely. Know what time to be on your phone. Know the time you're not supposed to be on your phone. You can see that sometimes you see couples, it happens, two of them to be in the same room. They be in the same room. They will not talk to each other. Both are on their phone. They are laughing. They are all laughing. Makes because they are consuming their own content. And the same way things going to happen every day. They continuously, if they didn't control it, they'll be doing the same thing every day. And before long, that communication, that's what we call community. I mean, talking about intimacy. Okay. You'll be losing that emotional intimacy. You'll be losing that emotional connection. You definitely you're gonna start losing it because of what? Whatever your mind is, that's where your. I'm talking about whatever that you see that your time is taking much of your time. Your heart is gonna be there. Whatever you give much of your time, your heart will follow. Your heart will be there. So if you give your gadget much of your time, if your gadget can take away a lot of your time, your heart will follow. And once your heart is full, just think about it. You're focusing now mostly on your gadget, while you're supposed to focus on your partner. You're supposed to study your partner. You're supposed to give them your time on a daily basis. But because your phone is doing that, now you're marrying your phone because it's what is where your heart is. And that's the reason why some people, if they cannot see their phone, is like they are dying. They mistakenly keep their phone somewhere else. It's like their life is finished. They are dead. Someone is like is taking away their life because of what? That is where all their time, their heart, everything is focused on their gadget. I understand that you have your numbers, you have some important information there, you have some emails that you don't want to lose. Sometimes you have your app, I'm talking about your bank app and everything on your phone and all that. So that because of that, that's why you're keeping it safe. That is, yeah, that is normal. But when your gadget, the same phone, is taken away, 12 hours, 8 hours of your time. You look at your screen time, it's taking 14 hours, it's taking 16 hours. What is happening? So, remaining hours that you got, what do you do with it? That's the question you're supposed to ask yourself. So, what time do you then have for your partner? What time do you have now to communicate, to relate to your partner? And those are the questions you have to ask yourself. And once you ask yourself that question and they realize that you don't have much time you spend with your partner, you don't have much time that you connect with your partner. So what do? You have to minimize the time that you spend on social media, time you spend on your gadget. Okay, and that's what we're talking about, and that's what we're going to stop this evening. You understand? So at the end of the day, we want you to have a healthy relationship. We want you to have that meaningful communication with your partner. Want you to have, time. You have a connection with your partner, have connection with your family, you have kids and all that. Instead of spending much time on your gadget and all that, try to find way to minimize it so that you can come to a compromise and come in the middle so that you can do what? Still manage your phone and also manage your family together, manage your love life and everything together so that you have a healthy relationship. Also, you can as well take care of your well-being because the more time you spend on this, it will affect you. You have anxiety, you will have depression. Most times you start having a lot of headache all the time. You know, your mind will be like skipping all the time because it looks as if maybe you are losing something, you are missing something that you're not. You're supposed to like get to. You're missing so yeah, it's like you're missing. You need to watch your social media. Yeah, that if you don't, it's like you're missing something. And that is not a good thing to happen. It's not good for your health. Understand? If you're with us to this time, I'll say thank you very much for staying with us. I appreciate you. All right. This is why we're going to stop this evening. Also, please, guys, just give us a thumbs up and also share the program. Okay. I'll see you guys next week, Friday. You've got studies. And also, I just want to wish all the family, talking about one family, happy Easter and remain blessed. Thank you.